Good. Improve problem-solving abilities. It is a problem you're dealing with. Problem-solving is a technique by itself. One of the basic elements in problem-solving is asking the question, what exactly is the problem? It sounds funny. What exactly is the problem here? Because sometimes what you're dealing with is the symptoms, not the problem. What is the problem here? And sometimes I advise one of the good ways of doing it, write it down. Pen and paper, write it down. Read it, what you have written. Read it like it's somebody else telling you what the problem is. Analyze it as you're reading it. Is this really the problem? That way you'll be able to look at, when did it happen? How did it happen? Why did it happen? All those questions are important before you go to solve it. The when, the how, the why it happened. Break it down. That way you develop. Now, remember we said you don't wait until crisis happens. You want to develop this as a way of life. Every time you're dealing with any problem, big or small, use the same kind of techniques. What's the problem here? Why did it happen? When did it happen? How did it happen? Then you can go down to solving it. Solving techniques become very important. Even that crisis, you can understand it better. You could be dealing with the fire, not the source. Now, it helps to bring in critical, creative thinking. Critical and creative thinking. It also requires us to do something very important. Don't jump into conclusions. Or better still, don't jump into dealing with the first problem that comes to mind. Because that could be the one that came first, but it's not the strongest. That's the first wave of the tsunami. The main tsunami is coming. So it's very important to analyze that now. So it helps in understanding. It also helps to reduce fear of failure. Once you have done your analysis, you know you can go wrong. It's true you can go wrong. But at least you did what is humanly possible at the time. You have peace of mind with yourself. I did my best. Not that, why didn't I think of this? Because you had given yourself time to think through. Okay, so then, of course, that way you can help to make better decisions, reduce the fear of failure. Sometimes one of the greatest challenges we have in dealing with crisis is we begin with our fear rather than the problem. Begin with the fear rather than the problem. We need to begin with the problem. So how do we do it? By stating it, putting it down clearly, what it is. Now, so that way, one of the way of doing this is try to reframe the issue not as a setback, but as an opportunity to learn. What are we learning here? Okay, it's a challenge. We never thought about it. Nobody thought about it. Okay, yeah, but what do we learn about this? What can it tell us about other things that can happen in future? Okay, testing multiple solutions. It also helps you in another very important thing in problem solving, which will be coming now in the next one, which is decision making now. That what alternatives do I have here now? Now that this is the problem, what are the alternatives I have? Okay, so we make faster decision and better decision.